Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the launch of the first Workplace Wellness Association in South Africa. I'm Alan Fritz, the Vice Chairperson. A big thank you for taking time to join in this historic event today, which, by the way, happens to be International Happiness Day. But let me ask you this. What if I told you your organization's success is directly tied to your employee well-being? What if the secret to higher productivity, lower costs, increased profitability wasn't in your balance sheet, but the health and engagement of your workforce? Today, we will show you exactly why workplace wellness is no longer a nice to have, but a business imperative. Today's goal is to provide clear reasons why you should become a member and give your actionable insight to help you prioritize wellness in your organization. We are excited and have an incredible lineup of speakers who will share their expertise and inspire you to make wellness a strategic priority in your business. Let's get started. Before we begin, a few quick reminders. We ask you to use the chat functionality to raise questions and to make comments. We will respond to all your questions individually by email after the launch and circulate a complete question and answer document to all attendants. You are also welcome to visit the WASA website and engage with us using the contact details. To officially open today's event, I'm honored to introduce George Marks, your chairperson. George has been a driving force behind workplace wellness initiatives in South Africa, and his leadership continues to shape the future of this vital field. Over to you, George.
Good morning, distinguished guests, colleagues, and friends. It's a privilege to welcome you all to the launch of Workplace Wellness Association Southern Africa, WASA for short. Thank you for joining us today as we embark on a journey that has the potential to transform organizations across the country through workplace wellness. I'd like to start with a question. What makes a great company? Is it cutting-edge technology, market share, financial success? All of these matter, but at the core of every thriving organization is its people, from the CEO to the most junior worker. As chairperson of WASA, I'm incredibly proud to see the strides that have been made in raising awareness about the vital connection between workplace wellness and business success. But awareness is just the beginning. Today, we take action. We will consider the economy of workplace wellness, both locally and internationally, and introduce you to the wellness wheel, a dynamic framework that recognizes wellness as more than just physical health. It includes mental resilience, emotional well-being, financial security, and workplace culture, all of which shape sustainable organizational success. Why is this critical? Because the challenges we face, stress, burnout, declining staff productivity, and rising healthcare costs, all these cost us billions. These are business imperatives that determine whether your organization thrives or merely survives in an ever-evolving world, not the least being AI. Let today be the moment we stop viewing wellness as an expense and start seeing it as a strategic investment, one that drives innovation, growth, and long-term success. Let's shape the future together. At WASA, our commitment is clear: to empower employers and employees with actionable strategies and insights. We indicate the tools to not only address these challenges, but to turn them into opportunities for growth and transformation. Today, you will hear from some of the most knowledgeable voices in workplace wellness. Your CEO, Chris Late, will provide an overview of the critically important role of workplace wellness in growing the economy. The next speaker is one of your board members, Andre Jacobs, who will take you on a journey through the wellness wheel, offering practical steps to align wellness strategies with organizational goals. I encourage you to engage, ask questions through the chat function, and share your thoughts, because collaboration is the foundation of progress. Before I conclude, I want to remind you of one thing. The success of wellness initiatives does not lie in grand gestures. It lies in consistent, thoughtful actions that show your employees they matter. Every effort, big or small, builds trust, fosters engagement, ultimately contributes to a thriving workplace culture. Together, we can lead the way toward workplaces that prioritize wellness and redefine what success looks like, not just in numbers, but in the lives we touch for the better. Thank you for your commitment to this cause and for being here today. Let's make the most of this opportunity to learn, grow, and collaborate. With that, it is my honor to officially open today's webinar. I now hand back to our Vice Chair, Alan Fritz. Thank you.
Thank you, George. Thanks for that warm welcome. It gives me great pleasure to introduce the Board of Directors, Research Committee, and Executives. At the heart of the organization lies a dynamic governance structure, a board of directors composed of visionary leaders from a diverse business sectors. Their collective expertise ensure that we don't just serve you, our member, we anticipate challenges, drive innovation, and shape the future of your industry. At WASA, we believe that workplace wellness should be more than a trend. It should be a standard. And to ensure that the standard is upheld, we have built a strong, transparent governance structure. Supporting the board, we have a research and advisory committee comprising of academics, business strategists, wellness experts. The role to back every initiative with data-driven insights, ensuring that our recommendations are scientifically sound and practical effective. I trust that you will agree that the foundations have been laid to build something extraordinary. Governance, however, isn't just about leadership. It's about you, our members. WASA is committed to engaging employer groups, human resources professionals, and business leaders, ensuring that workplace wellness becomes an integral part of corporate strategy. Today is about progress, collaboration, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. Together, we are not just part of an association, we are pioneering the future. Our promise is simple: ethical governance that prioritizes transparency and accountability, industry-driven insights that empower you to make informed decisions, a movement that brings measurable change to the South African workplace. WASA operates as a non-profit public benefit organization under the Department of Social Development, with a clear constitution and a transparent board elections. We actively engage employers, HR leaders, and brokers to drive workplace wellness adoption while supporting certifying service providers to maintain industry standards. Membership fees are allocated towards research, policy development, certification programs, building of a support system, and advocacy, ensuring measurable impact. With annual financial audits as an independent industry body, we work with, with corporate and government stakeholders to influence workplace wellness policies and legislation. Today, we are not just launching an organization. We are building a movement. We are building a movement that is committed to shaping healthier, more productive workplaces that drives business success and economic growth. We invite you to be part of this transformation. Together, we can create a new standard for workplace wellness in Southern Africa. Now that we've clarified these key points, let's move forward with today's discussion to provide a deeper understanding of why workplace wellness is essential for economic growth. I'd like to introduce our Chief Executive Officer, Chris Late.
Thank you, Alan. Good morning, fellow business leaders. May I start by asking, have you ever personally felt burnt out or disengaged at work? A Deloitte study revealed that 70% of business leaders will leave their positions for less taxing roles. Another survey done by Wakefield in 2024 found that over 1/3, matter of fact, 37% of C-level executives experience burnout. If that's how you feel, imagine how your employees experience it daily. This isn't just an HR issue, it's an economic emergency. South Africa loses between 12 and 16 billion rand annually due to absenteeism. But the real problem is presenteeism, being disengaged at work, costing the economy as much as 235 billion rand per year. That's 3.4% of our GDP. So although on average employees lose 27 working days per year, only 9 of those are actual sick days. Workplace wellness isn't a luxury, it's a business necessity. We don't expect you to take our word for it. The World Bank, World Health Organization, medical aids, and leading corporate strategists in South Africa are all saying the same thing. Companies that prioritize well-being outperform competitors in profitability, retention, and innovation. That's why WASHA is launching now. We are the first of our kind in South Africa, a movement designed to shift workplace wellness from a passive afterthought to a national economic imperative. We are here to rewrite the narrative by providing businesses with cutting-edge wellness strategies, research-backed solutions, and a network of industry leaders committed to transforming workplace productivity across Southern Africa. This message is clear. Businesses that fail to invest in workplace wellness will struggle to compete in the future economy. The time for change is now. Join WASA and be part of the movement that will define the future of workplace wellness, workforce productivity, and South Africa's economic success. Dr. Themba Khadabe, clinical executive at Bonitas Medical Scheme, emphasized the direct link between employee health and workplace productivity, stating that organizations cannot afford to overlook wellness initiatives. I quote, "With absenteeism costing South African businesses billions annually, the need for a proactive, risk-based corporate wellness program is no longer optional, it's essential." He also asserted that a well-structured wellness program is a win-win for both employees and employers. Employees benefit from better health, early intervention, and ongoing support, while employers gain more engaged, resilient, and productive workforce that drives business success. South Africa is steadfast in its commitment to economic recovery and job creation, implementing a multifaceted approach to drive sustainable growth. Minister of Finance Enoch Godongwana outlined the nation's strategic plan, emphasizing a broad-based recovery effort by saying, and I quote, "We are not limiting our focus to a single sector. Instead, we have adopted a comprehensive multi-pronged strategy to ensure economic growth across all industries." He also stated that for the last 10 years, economic growth has remained stagnant. Now we are beginning to witness positive momentum with clear improvements in both economic expansion and employment opportunities. This renewed focus aims to revitalize the economy, strengthen industries, and create meaningful employment, paving the way for more prosperous South Africa. South Africa must prioritize strengthening its productive physical and human capital to drive long-term economic development and sustainable growth. According to the latest World Bank report, effective economic progress hinges on strategic regulatory efficiency, aligning incentives, reducing costs for businesses, and enhancing overall human welfare. The report outlines 4 key priorities for accelerating South African economic expansion, with particular emphasis on the private sector. The 4th priority highlights the needs to inject dynamism into private enterprises, fostering job creation and boosting productivity. Economic development is a long-term commitment, and South Africa's success will ultimately be determined by its ability to develop and maximize the efficient use of its capital, physical, human, and natural. As you can see, the global wellness economy per capita charts shows major gaps in wellness investments between regions. North America, for example, spends $5,768 per person, while sub-Saharan Africa, including South Africa, is just $74 per annum, far below the global average of $788. This highlights a massive opportunity for corporate wellness investment in South Africa. Companies in high wellness spending countries experience better employee performance, lower absenteeism, and stronger economic growth. What does this mean for WASA? Well, firstly, let's close the gap. South Africa lacks coordinated wellness investment, and WASA must lead the charge. Secondly, wellness as a business strategy. Investing in employee well-being is essential for productivity, retention, and competitiveness. WASA's role is then to set benchmarks, promote research-driven strategies, help organizations measure return on investment, ensuring workplace wellness is an economic driver, not just a perk. By advocating for structured wellness policies and industry standards, WASA can help South African businesses unlock economic potential and become leaders in workplace wellness. South Africa can unlock economic potential, boost employee productivity, and position itself as a leader in workplace wellness in sub-Saharan Africa. Organizations that neglect to invest in acquiring, nurturing, and expanding the potential of the human capital risks losing their competitive edge. A workforce is not just an expense. It's the driving force behind innovation, resilience, and long-term success. Without strategic investment in talent development and well-being, businesses will struggle to adapt, compete, and thrive in an ever-evolving marketplace. Nobel laureate Professor Daniel Kahneman transformed the way that we understand workplace well-being, an approach that aligns directly with WASA's mission to create healthier, more productive workplaces. His research redefined how we measure well-being, moving beyond financial metric to focus on real human experiences. Kahneman's research also revealed that while higher income improves life satisfaction, it has a diminishing return on daily happiness. This underscores the need for organizations to invest in more than just salaries, prioritizing work-life balance, stress reduction, and meaningful engagement. For WASA, this means increasing both daily experiences, in other words, reducing workplace stress and improving workplace culture, and long-term evaluations, in other words, career growth, financial security, and purpose at work. By embracing these insights, we can drive a new era of workplace wellness, where people don't just work, they thrive. A groundbreaking global study conducted by Oxford University and Indeed.com, the world's largest placement agency with 500 million database, managed to draw on insights from 17 million surveys and confirmed what WASA has always been championing. Employee wellness is a business advantage, not just a perk. Data reveals a direct correlation between prioritizing workplace wellness and tangible organizational success. Companies that actively invest in employee well-being experience enhanced productivity, reduced absenteeism, improved retention, and manage to attract top talent, as well as a stronger financial performance. For South African businesses, investing in employee well-being is not just a corporate responsibility. It's the smartest business move a company can make. When employees thrive physically, mentally, and emotionally, businesses prosper. Workplace wellness is not just a perk, it's a strategic necessity that directly fuels productivity, business performance, and long-term financial growth. It's no longer a nice to have. It's a game changer for competitive organizations, leading to measurable economic returns, improved retention, and higher engagement. At WASA, we recognize that true workplace success comes from supporting employees across all dimensions of wellness, the whole wellness wheel, which Andre Jacobs will explain in a minute. Forward-thinking organizations such as ABSA have already embraced this approach, embedding wellness into their culture, reaping benefits in performance, innovation, and reputation. While a growing global emphasis on employee well-being, organizations that lead in wellness-driven workplaces will not only attract top talent, but also achieve sustained business excellence. WASA is here to guide South African companies in building these world-class wellness-focused environments. We are currently engaging with local and global leaders in workplace wellness and well-being, as you can see. We will also collaborate with industry associations that are well placed to promote workplace wellness, and some are ready to take a more active role in workplace health, as the research by Biomed Central is showing. After the presentation, a link will be provided to empower you to conduct a climate study in your organization and contribute to a better understanding of the state of workplace wellness in South Africa. Please use that link. So let's get all hands on deck and fix our economy. We need you. What's in it for you? Well, by joining WASA, you will see measurable returns. Lower healthcare costs, higher workplace productivity, stronger employee engagement, improved employee retention, and the opportunity to become the employer of choice. The Global Workplace Report by Gallup shows that when organizations successfully engage in well-being of employees, they can experience as much as a 240% boost in performance-related business outcomes. That is major, ladies and gentlemen. We spent time now talking about numbers, research strategies, but at the end of the day, workplace wellness isn't just about data. It's about people. When employees are well, businesses thrive. And when businesses thrive, the economy flourishes. WASA isn't just an association. It's a movement. It's a commitment. It's a catalyst for change. The data, however, is clear. The case is compelling. The opportunity is now. But the real question is, what will you do next? Will you continue operating the way you've always done, risking burnout, disengagement, financial losses? Or will you take action, invest in workplace wellness as a strategic business driver? I invite you to be part of this movement. Let's build workplaces where people don't just survive, they thrive. And now, I'd like to hand over to Andre Jacobs, who will take us deeper into the practical implementation of workplace wellness. Over to you, Andre.
Thank you, Chris. So imagine spending millions on workplace wellness, only to realize that it is not working. Sound absurd? Right. But that's exactly what is happening in South Africa today. I'm Andre. I'm here to expose the hidden flaw in workplace wellness, the siloed approach that's costing organizations money, credibility, and results. Today, we're not just talking about wellness, we're rewriting the rule book. For a decade, workplace wellness programs have tackled fitness, nutrition, and healthcare access. But are they actually working? Are they improving well-being and productivity? Or are they just duplicating costs and efforts that a CFO is most likely going to cut? However, despite these efforts, we have failed to ask a critical question. Are these wellness programs truly working? Are they improving employee well-being, engagement, and productivity? Or are they simply duplicating costs, effort, and data without delivering meaningful results? World of work has changed, We cannot simply blame the pandemic. Our approach to workplace wellness should have evolved long before COVID-19 forced our hand. The reality is that our fragmented and coordinated wellness initiatives are failing to deliver the impact that we need. This is exactly where WASA comes in. Let me illustrate this challenge with a real-life example. I consulted to a major state-owned entity that invested heavily in multiple wellness initiatives. They had mental health support programs, chronic disease management, fitness challenges, and even financial wellness workshops, and many others. On paper, this sounds like a very comprehensive strategy, and it is. But when we examined the real impact, the reality was very different. Each department ran its own wellness initiatives in isolation with no coordination between the different initiatives and the data. They collected data in different ways. We couldn't use the data. And they didn't have a unified strategy. Employees were overwhelmed with the wellness interventions, yet many didn't trust the employer. For example, employees with HIV/AIDS, the majority went outside the gate to the public facility because they just didn't trust the employer. But as data showed, prevalence is very low. The duplication of the efforts is what we saw. Multiple departments launched similar programs, leading to unnecessary spending. There was a misalignment of data. No single source of truth existed to measure whether wellness interventions were working. There was a lack of employee trust. Workers didn't feel confident that the employer had their best interests at heart. And you will see later why that is an important matter. No participation existed. Despite these large investments and the overwhelming feeling of the employees, engagement remained low because employees weren't involved in shaping the programs. And there was a lack of focus. Now, in this state-owned entity, there were 30 people that were mission critical to this SOE. But there was no data, no focus on them. They're just a small unit. It was a very important unit in that SOE. If that unit stands still, the SOE stands still. This case is not unique. It reflects a broader wellness crisis in South Africa's workplaces. Traditional siloed approach is not just inefficient, it actively reduces the credibility and the effectiveness of workplace wellness. If we continue down this path, we risk more than just wasted resources. We are jeopardizing South Africa's economic productivity and the well-being of our workforce. Workplace wellness is not just an HR initiative. It is a fundamental driver of engagement, retention, and long-term business success. This gave us economic impact of ill health. Therefore, if we fail to rethink how we implement workplace wellness, we will continue the hemorrhage of billions of rands in lost productivity, while failing to support the very people who keep our businesses running. However, the solution is within our reach. May I share one caution? Do I have your permission to share one caution? And this caution comes from Elmarie Houston, who serves on our research committee, and she's very passionate about this caution. And she says, never position a wellness program as a tool to increase productivity. I'm going to repeat it. Never position a wellness program as a tool to increase productivity. You see, she says, doing so, you risk alienating employees and reducing engagement. And she says, instead of focus on the productivity, if you start focusing on the employee and you focus on the personal benefits for the employees, such as work-life balance, reduced stress, ability to cope with the stress, more fulfilling work environment, then employees value working in a company that truly cares about their well-being. When business foster a culture of support, trust and care, the natural byproduct, Elmarie says, is increased productivity and performance. Not because it is demanded by the company, but because the employees then feel motivated to contribute. That's powerful. And that's supported by a recent study by Spencer Stuart that was also published in the Business Harvard Review that reinforces the powerful truth. Employees prioritize a workplace culture rooted in care above all else, more than salaries or perks, a culture of genuine support, respect and well-being determines how employees perceive the employer and influences their long-term commitment. So it's interesting. While company performance or productivity will remain crucial, they rank second to a caring culture in shaping employees' attitudes. This underscores a critical shift in business success. Is no longer just about the numbers. It is about the people. Business success is no longer just about the numbers. It's about the people that bring you the numbers. George alluded to that. Employees today seek more than just a job. They want learning opportunities, alignment with company purpose, and a workplace where they feel safe and valued. Contrary to common assumptions, workplace fun is less significant than these fundamental needs. WASA recognizes this shift and leading the way in workplace wellness by helping organizations build environments where employees thrive, contribute meaningfully, and remaining. Business that prioritizes care is one that secures loyalty, productivity, and long-term success. So you might be thinking, we already have a wellness initiative in place. Different departments handle different aspects. So we covered. But here's the problem. Are these fragmented efforts truly delivering measurable impact, or are they just ticking the box? For too long, workplace wellness has been approached in silos. One department focuses on physical health, another on mental well-being, another on financial support, and another one focuses on smoking cessation, where only 2% of the people smoke. The result is a disjointed programs, duplicated costs, and most likely a CFO that will cancel the program. This is exactly why WASA is championing a structured and a holistic approach. The wellness wheel. This wellness wheel was originally developed in 1976 by Dr. Bill Hitler, co-founder of the National Wellness Institute. This model has evolved beyond its original 6 dimensions to address the complex realities of modern workplaces. At WASA, we recognize that employee wellness isn't one-dimensional. It's an interconnected system. That's why we embrace the 8-dimensional framework, ensuring every aspect of well-being is addressed. So you look at physical wellness, And that is supporting employees with fitness, nutrition, and chronic disease management for long-term health. There must be a focus on emotional wellness, providing stress management tools, mental health support, and employee assistance programs to foster resilience. Employees also need to be equipped with financial literacy, debt management strategies, and long-term financial planning. So we need to focus on the financial wellness, the relationship our employees have with money. Then we look at occupational wellness, aligning employees with organizational purpose, career growth, and meaningful work, specifically in terms of our learners. We also need to embrace social wellness, where we foster inclusion, diversity, and strong workplace relationships as a sense of belonging. But we also work in an environment, and we need to focus on environmental wellness, designing sustainable workplaces that enhance health, energy, and productivity. And then we also need to encourage mindfulness, aligning personal values and a deeper sense of purpose, focusing on the spiritual wellness of our employees. But we have to also promote continuous learning, upskilling, cognitive development to empower employees. I know of an organization that challenged its employees to read 21 books in 21 days. So we focus on the intellectual wellness of our employees. Wellness is not just a static. As the world of work evolves, so must our approach to employee well-being. Emerging areas such as technological wellness, the digital overload, and work-life balance, community wellness, corporate social responsibility, and employee volunteerism, and ethical wellness, alignment with corporate values, and sustainability efforts are already being explored as potential additions to the wellness wheel. And I suspect we will get to the core of the wellness wheel, where emotional well-being will actually become the core of the wellness wheel. At WASA, we don't just implement wellness programs. We future-proof them. By integrating wellness into the DNA of an organization, we ensure that employees don't just survive in workplaces, they thrive. WASA is leading the charge in workplace wellness by unifying wellness efforts to eliminate duplication and create measurable impact, providing data-driven insights to track wellness outcomes and refine strategies, building trust with employees by ensuring wellness programs are relevant, inclusive, and impactful, and embedding wellness into the workplace culture, not just as an afterthought, but as a core driver of business success. And the results speak for itself. 30% lower employee turnover, 20% increase in productivity, higher employee engagement and satisfaction. WASA is redefining workplace wellness in South Africa, offering organizations the framework, tools, and research to move beyond fragmented interventions and adopt a strategic, results-driven model. Are you ready to be part of this shift? Join WASA today and become a leader in building healthier, happier, and more productive workplaces. Members of WASA will gain access to a comprehensive toolkit during 2025 and 2026. We're busy developing it. This toolkit includes climate studies, templates, webinars, podcasts, ebooks, draft policy documents, white papers, position papers, playbooks, and much, much more. The purpose of this toolkit is to ensure that you have access to the best and up-to-date information relating to wellness in the workplace. We will also develop with you an integrated workplace wellness support system where all data is in one place and where wellness activities can be coordinated and measured. Now that we have laid out the problem and the solution, one question remains. What can I do today? What can you do today to be part of this transformation? Now, the first step that you need to do is to do the assessment that Chris spoke about. There's an old saying, you cannot improve what you do not measure. And that is why WASA has developed the Workplace Wellness Assessment Tool, a diagnostic questionnaire that helps employers to identify key risks within the organization, to benchmark their current wellness efforts against industry best practices, to develop a custom roadmap for implementing an integrated wellness strategy, and fourthly, to secure buy-in from leadership and the CFO, the finance departments, by demonstrating not the cost, but a wellness return on investment. As a participant, you will have access to this tool immediately after the session, as Chris mentioned. And by completing this assessment, you're doing two things. You're contributing to the WASA research agenda and our body of knowledge. You're helping to shape the future of workplace wellness in South Africa, gaining actionable insights to make wellness a strategic driver of engagement. So, join WASA today and be part of the future of workplace wellness. The time for change is now. Let's build workplaces where employees don't just work, they thrive. So you may ask and want to know, what will it cost if you join WASA? May I challenge that expectation? I want to reframe, if you allow me to, I want to reframe that question as follows. What value can I extract and what will my investment be? You see, this reframe question is based on the principle that money will only exchange hands when the person sees that the value exceeds their investment. So there's a range of benefits, and we spoke about the value that you will get. The climate studies, the knowledge vault, the provider vault, where you will have in one list 120, 150, 200 providers. You will know exactly who to contact. You don't have to go and search for them. A monthly well webinar, weekly well podcast, system that we will develop, and research and book reviews. Now, we have benchmarked this items, and conservatively, the values that is on the screen is the value that can be assigned to those elements. The total value is 264,900 a year. Now, for employers, they will have all that benefits. It will be included in their membership fee. And the cost for that would be R8 per employee per month. Providers will also receive all these benefits. That's the providers of wellness programs. And they will, in that regard, have to pay a fee. And we distinguish a fee between two sets of people. The one set is the people that run an organization with multiple employees. Those providers will pay R500. But a single operator, who we really want to support also, will only pay R250 a month. For, just a moment. For the ambassadors, they will also receive all these items free of charge or included in the package. And their cost would be for a corporate brokerage, that would be 300 rand. And for the individual, it will be 150 rand. Just a moment, my battery is running flat. Ask myself. So speed wins in business. Procrastination costs you. Act today and secure a 75% of the WASA membership for 2025 and a 50% off the WASA membership for 2026. So those prices that I gave, if you join today, I want to put it again to you. If you join today, you will get a 75% off the WASA membership. That's easy to calculate. It means that if it was 8 rand, it's now 2 rand. We're going to speak about it a bit later. If you pay up front, you only pay for 10 months, but you will get 12 months. So that means that your next subscription is due in April 2026. So it makes a lot of sense to join WASA today. This is the fees for the fast action employers, providers, and ambassadors. You can see the impact. It means that for the ambassadors, they will not pay for 2025 150 rand. They will only pay 37.50 rand a month. Employers will not pay 8 rand. They will pay 2 rand per employee per month. And providers will pay 65 rand if it's a single provider. We make it possible for you to actually join. But I have to also put my money where my mouth is. I believe that wellness is the way, or is critical for businesses and for the economy. And I have a group of people that spend time with me on a monthly basis called the Platinum Plus Club members. That's part of my mastermind group. And they are important ambassadors. And for that purpose, I will make sure that they join WASA and they are not going to pay. I will pay their fees for them for 2025. To qualify for this first action discount, you must complete and submit the application form and a debit order on the website today. For the Platinum Plus Club members, I've already done that. Or you must send an email to Chris today and confirm membership in the subject line. So just say confirm membership, then you're locked in. We will do the admin and we will help you with the admin. Your membership fee is payable on 1 April, on the 1st of every month thereafter, and for the annual people, also 1 April. So within 3 days of payment of your membership fees, you will receive your membership certificate, as well as your login details for access to members only section on this website. So I'm handing it over now to Alan to conclude.
Thank you, Andre. Fantastic presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, as we conclude this insightful and forward-thinking webinar, let's take a moment to reflect on the profound discussions that have unfolded here today. From George Marks, our chairperson, thought-provoking introduction, to Chris Late, strategic overview, and Andre Jacobs has just taken us through a very compelling presentation in terms of action. One message stands out. Workplace wellness is not a luxury, it is a business imperative. What have we explored today is more than just an introduction to WASA. It is a call to action. Workplace wellness is no longer a nice-to-have initiative, but it is the cornerstone of organizational success and a catalyst for economic growth here in South Africa. Healthy, engaged, and resilient employees drive productivity, innovation, and long-term sustainability, making wellness a strategic priority for every organization. The launch of WASA today coincides with World Happiness Day, the 20th of March, a fitting milestone that marks the beginning of a bold transformative movement. Today, we introduce the Wheel of Wellness that Andre has just taken us through and the Workplace Wellness Questionnaire. Practical tools designed to help you embed wellness in your organization's DNA. Your feedback is invaluable to us in shaping the future of workplace wellness in South Africa. We encourage you to share thoughts on how WASA can support your organization in becoming burnout, disengagement, and rising healthcare costs. Please complete the feedback form or reach out directly to our team. We are here to collaborate and grow with you. Remember, our work doesn't end here. The WASA team is here to support you every step of the way with resources, research, and a network of professionals dedicated to workplace wellness. I encourage you to stay connected, explore our membership offering that Andre has just spoken about, and use the tools we have shared today to make a meaningful impact in your organization. Together, we can create a workplace where employees don't just survive, but thrive, where wellness becomes the cornerstone of productivity, innovation, and growth. Thank you for being part of this journey, and we look forward to welcome you as a member. All of you will receive an email with access to Wellness Climate Study, a free ebook, thought leadership piece, summarizing the presentation, as well as a next step playbook. To start the workplace wellness journey our country so desperately needs. Lastly, you will receive an invitation with dates to a workshop webinar for employers, service providers, affiliates, associates, and ambassadors, respectively. Let's make this movement one that truly transforms the way we work and live. Until next time, stay well, take care, and let's make a difference in our country. Thank you very much.
Guys, that completes it. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, I think this is